शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। निताय गौरांग जय, निताय गौरांग, निताय गौरांग जय, निताय गौरांग, निताय गौरांग जय, निताय गौरांग, निताय गौरांग जय। गौर हरि गौर 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 हरि, जय सचिनंदन गौर हरि गौर 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 हरि सची माता प्राण धन गौर हरि गौर 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 हरि नदिया बिहारी गौर हरि पतित पावन गौर हरि न कलिमल हारी गौर हरि जय पंच तत्व जय पंच तत्व पंच तत्व जय पंच तत्व जय प्रह्लाद नृसिंह जय अनंत देव प्रह्लाद नृसिंह जय अनंत देव जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेव सुभद्रा माई जय जय सुदर्शन जय राधा माधव अष्ट सखी गिरि गोवर्धन जय गिरि गोवर्धन जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव निताई गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताई गौर हरि बोल। कृपया एक क्षण का समय दें। ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजक आचार्य अष्टोत्तर सत कृष्ण कृपा मूर्ति अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। इनसे कहें जय जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपिका श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरिराज गोवर्धन जी महाराज की जय। ब्रजभूमि वृंदावन धाम की जय। नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की जय। श्री क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। साकेत अयोध्यापुरी धाम की जय। गंगा माई की जय। जमुना मैया की जय। भक्ति देवी की जय। तुलसी महारानी की जय। समवेत भक्त वृंद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। आप सभी उपस्थित भक्तों की जय जयकार हो। आप सभी उपस्थित भक्तों की जय जयकार हो। आप सभी उपस्थित भक्तों की जय जयकार हो। श्री श्री गुरु एवं गौरांग की जय जयकार हो। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं दैवीं सरस्वती व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। Nashtaprayeshu. I'm sorry because it is not Bhagavatam, so we will not be reciting the next one. Let's read from chapter 4, verse number 15. Evam gnatva kritam karma purvairapi mumukshubhi kuru karma eva tasmatvam purvaiha purvataram kritam. We'll directly go to translation, which is given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada. All the liberated souls in ancient times acted with this understanding of my transcendental nature. Therefore, you should perform your duty following in their footsteps. Purport: there are two classes of men. Some of them are full of polluted material things within their hearts, and some of them are materially free. Krishna consciousness is equally beneficial for both of these persons. Those who are full of dirty things can take to the line of Krishna consciousness for a gradual cleansing process, following the regulative principles of devotional service. Those who are already cleansed of the impurities may continue to act in the same Krishna consciousness so that others may follow their exemplary activities and thereby be benefited. Foolish persons or neophytes in Krishna consciousness often want to retire from from activities without having knowledge of Krishna consciousness. Arjun's desire to retire from activities on the battlefield was not approved by the Lord. One need only know how to act. To retire from the activities of Krishna consciousness and to sit aloof, making a show of Krishna consciousness, is less important than actually engaging in the field of activities for the sake of Krishna. Arjun is here advised to act in Krishna consciousness, following in the footsteps of the Lord's previous disciples, such as the sun god Vivaswan, as mentioned herein before. The Supreme Lord knows all his past activities as well as those of persons who acted in Krishna consciousness in the past. Therefore, he recommends the acts of the sun god who learned this art from the Lord some millions of years before. All such students of Lord Krishna are mentioned here as past liberated persons engaged in the discharge of duties allotted by Krishna. Mataji, just scroll down to the next verse. Verse number 16. Yes. Okay. You can remove it now. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupah Kadamahiyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Gurun Shri Yuttapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamshta Shri Rupam Sagra Jatam Sahagan Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagan Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamshta हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभयश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So we will be discussing this now for the next 45 minutes. Mataji, you can remove it from the screen. Many points have been given here. We will pick them up one by one. First point which is given is that whether you are currently unclean or you are cleansed, in both the cases, following the order of the Lord is equally important. If somebody is, sincerely noting down, then they can divide this purport into certain points. There is a point and then there is a bit of elaboration. So the first point being made is it is equally important whether you are not cleaned or you are cleansed. In both the cases, if you are following the will of the Lord and doing the activity given by Him, then it is beneficial. A sub part of it is where it is explained those who are unclean, they will get cleansed gradually. The word gradually is important. Right now, you might find it tough, but don't worry, hang in there. After 5 minutes, I'll be picking it up point by point and I will make an attempt to connect it with your daily experiences. Then you will be able to make sense of it. So, first, we have discussed within first again that yes, it is equally important because one who is unclean will benefit by getting cleansed, and one who is already clean, when he works as per the order of the Lord, then for others follow in his footsteps. So, others also benefit, and therefore it is equally important. Then, in the second part, Prabhupada talks about the proof that previous disciples of Lord Krishna, they have acted in this knowledge, and the example given by Krishna himself is the sun god Vivaswan. And he says he followed in this footstep. And if you look at the verse, it says, followed my nature, how I am. They followed me. And by giving this example, Krishna wants that we all, you know, will benefit the way his previous disciples benefited. The third, which is again a related point, is that this is not a new thing. And I'm going to pick up this point first in this class. If you look at the translation again, Mataji, put up the translation, please. Just read it once again, what he is saying. That this knowledge, just go to the translation part, scroll down. Yeah. All the liberated souls in ancient times means those who have gotten liberated. Before they were not, when they were conditioned, acted with this understanding of my transcendental nature. Acted, just not that they knew my nature, then they acted with this understanding of my transcendental nature. Therefore, you should perform your duty following in their footsteps. Every word is very significant. So, what is the benefit? If you are currently conditioned, you will get liberated. How will you get liberated? If you act in that understanding. Which understanding? Of my transcendental nature. What is that transcendental nature which is being discussed here? We should know because the title of this chapter is Transcendental Knowledge. So, what is that transcendental nature? Can someone help me understand in last 14 verses which transcendental nature Krishna is talking about? Anybody can attempt.
Body is separate from soul. Body is not soul. Is that the point, Prabhuji?
That is chapter 2, not 4. You may take 2 minutes if you have your copy of Bhagavad Gita. Just go through the translation of chapter verse 1 to verse 14. Just go through, please. I will pause, no problem. In fact, what you can do is, Mataji, remove the advanced view and just read out loud the translation verse by verse, please, for the benefit of everyone.
Should I read, Prabhuji? Hare Krishna.
Yes, yes.
Am, am I audible?
Mataji, you are audible. Please read on.
The personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna said, I instructed this imperishable science of yoga to the sun god Vivaswan, and Vivaswan instructed it to Manu, the father of mankind, and Manu in turn instructed it to Ikshvaku. This supreme science was thus received through the chain of disciplic succession, and the saintly kings understood it in this way, in that way. But in course of time, the succession was broken, and therefore the science as it is appears to be lost. That very ancient science of the relationship with the Supreme is today told by me to you because you are my devotee as well as my friend and can therefore understand the transcendental mystery of this science. Arjun said the sun god Vivaswan is senior by birth to you. How am I to understand that in the beginning you instructed this science to him? The personality of Godhead said, many, many births both you and I have passed. I can remember all of them, but you cannot, O subduer of the enemy. Although I am unborn and my transcendental body never deteriorates, and although I am the Lord of all living entities, by my internal energy, I still appear in every millennium in my original transcendental form. Whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice or descendant of Bharat, and a predominant rise of irreligion, at that time I descend myself to deliver the pious and to annihilate the miscreants, as well as to re-establish the principle of religion. I myself appear millennium after millennium. One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving the body, take his birth again in this material world, but attain my eternal abode, O Arjun. Being freed from attachment, fear, and anger, being fully absorbed in me, and taking refuge in me, many persons in the past became purified by knowledge of me, and thus they attained transcendental love for me. As all surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. Everyone follows my path in all respect, O son of Pratap. Men in this world desire success in fruitive activities, and therefore they worship the demigods. Quickly, of course, men gets results from fruitive work in this world. According to the three modes of material nature and the work associated with them, the four divisions of human societies are created by me. And although I am the creator of this system, you should know that I am yet the non doer, being unchangeable. There is no work that affects me, nor do I aspire for the fruits of action. One who understands this truth about me also does not become entangled in the fruitive reactions of work. Now, all the liberated souls in ancient time acted with this understanding of my transcendental nature. Therefore, you should perform your duty following in their footsteps. So,
Okay.
Prabhuji, is this that
Yes, okay. Go ahead.
like Krishna doesn't get affected by the work, like he's saying na in this,
Just the previous verse.
or Janma Karm cha me divyam.
Yes. Anyone else?
Prabhuji, is it relation of soul
प्रभु जी
to
आपको फोन के पास जाना होगा.
Prabhuji, is it relation of soul to super soul, to relation of soul to God?
That is closer. Yes. The reason I am, okay, Aradhana Mataji.
Hare Krishna, pranams Prabhuji.
Pranam
Prabhuji,
Mataji.
Lord's birth, appearance and disappearance is not like ordinary persons that liberated souls know. And also, Lord doesn't come under the influence of the three modes of material nature. He is beyond them, even though he has created this world and the four divisions. He is not bound by any action. Name karman limpanti. He is not attached to any karmas, or neither he is affected by the results of karmas. He is beyond all this. And this fact that Lord's birth and appearance, disappearance, and he is not affected by karmas. He is beyond the laws of karma. He is beyond the influence of the three modes. If liberated souls know Lord to be in this position, they never take birth. Is it like this, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji, the three components, all three of you have highlighted them. Badri Vishal Prabhu talked about relationship of Jiva with Ishwar. That is one part. The another part is if a conditioned soul somehow or other can understand the transcendental nature of Krishna, then they also become liberated. He then says the method Vita, Raga, Bhaya, Krodha, devoid of anger, attachment, aversion, etc. Those people attain. So that's a method of attaining that divine knowledge. And lastly, and most important, Krishna wants us, and now the class begins. Krishna wants us all to act in certain manner. I'm now simplifying it. If we act in a manner in which he acts, we will receive what he has. He has eternity, he has bliss, and he has knowledge. That is the reason Lord feels happy if any of us copies him, in a proper manner. Working the way Krishna works. So, how does Krishna work? He created this world and he is doing it for others, for the welfare of others. Loka Kalyan. No other purpose. Despite he being full in himself and not dependent on any other source, he is continuously working for the welfare of others. But which welfare? Very important class this is. It's a welfare at every level. They should not live hungry. They should get sleep. From this basic fulfillment of basic necessity all the way unto the divine knowledge by which they never get into this cycle of birth, death, old age, and disease. This is the desire of the Lord. He's working for the welfare of others without asking for anything from them. Multiple examples are given. And examples, not like literal. The tree will give you shade. If you will hit it with a stone, it will give you fruit. They are figurative, they are not exact, but they are symbolic basically. We should understand from them what is the message being given. Now, if we peacefully sit down and think, what kind of existence does Krishna have? Imagine Mahavishnu, Garbhodakashayi, Shirodakashayi. I mean, unlimited universes. Imagine each universe as a factory. Each factory has a CEO as Brahma. And then Brahma has divisional heads, and divisional heads has department heads. And they have employees down to that level. For each factory, Mahavishnu has to be, alert. And when Brahma can't manage, he has to intervene. Sambhavami yuge yuge. What for? Only one purpose: for the elevation of the consciousness of living entities. And who are these living entities? Who hate Krishna. They don't want him. They are jealous of his opulence, his power, his beauty, everything. If we can learn to work for elevating other people's consciousness and spend our time doing that, then as per chapter 18, we become dearmost to Krishna. And why is Lord Shiv dearmost to Krishna? If you go to, I think it's Canto 8, and it's chapter 5, and I think it's verse number 47, if I'm not mistaken. It's 8547. Tapyanti lokatapena. When Shivji is talking to Mata Parvati, at that time Sati, and he says, "O Devi, one who works and not works, one who performs austerities to remove the sadness of others is indeed doing the greatest worship of God." People show incense sticks, they show a lamp to the Lord, Some are reading Swadhyay, they are doing. Some are performing severe austerities, some difficult vrata. Many ways to worship the Lord. But as per Lord Shiv, the greatest worship is tapayanti lokatapena. If others are suffering, if you suffer to mitigate their suffering, then that's the biggest worship. But from where did Shivji learn this? See, Shivji is great because he is following in the footsteps of Lord himself. And when the Lord is talking about in the past many souls, in ancient times, many liberated souls, they were conditioned at one point in time. And all the 12 Mahajans would come into it. Yamaraj will also feature here. Of course, Vivaswan is there. Maharaj Bali is there. 4 Kumars are there. They are all there. But who are these people? Devotees, I am trying to make it easy for all of you. And just we have to simply understand it. It's very difficult to understand, but we have to just understand it. What is the nature of divinity? Nature of divinity is give. Give. And so that people don't misunderstand, it is not that you give to a drunkard for the treatment of his stomach, because the moment his stomach becomes good, he will again start drinking. That's not giving. For the purpose of elevating the consciousness, a devotee gives himself. चलती है लहरा के पवन के सांस सभी की चलती रहे, लोगों ने त्याग दिए जीवन के प्रीत दिलों में पलती रहे. We have heard this song. I'm sure you also must have heard. That Chandan Khushbu Deta Hai. That song it is. Dadichi, he gave the whole rib cage to Indra. This giving. And why? Because Krishna himself is saying in the previous verse that if I am doing it for the welfare of others without expecting anything in return, that is my divine nature. It's a one feature of my divine nature. Not just there are, unlimited features of divinity. This is one amongst them. Working for the welfare of others without expecting anything in return. Devotees go a step further. Working for the welfare of others despite getting beaten up or mistreated by them. When you want a child or a toddler to drink, a crocin syrup, chances are that he might bite you because he doesn't know that you're doing it for his welfare. But the child may do it. Similarly, when you go to ignorant people for their welfare, they attack you back. Till date, the blue mark on Lord Shiv's neck is there. People tend to think, oh, Shivji is very powerful. I'm sure he doesn't have any problem. How do you know? How do you know? He's absorbed in the bhajan of Lord Ram. That's a separate thing. I have seen pure devotees, they continue with inconvenient bodies for the welfare of others. I would also like to say something which is very sharp. It is more applicable on me than any one of you, perhaps, which is what can you give if you have not earned What can you give? Gopinath, kichu nahi mor gun. What can we give? If we ourselves haven't practiced sufficient austerity, what can we give? Devotees amongst us for years who have not missed a Mangalarati, who have finished their rounds before 7 a.m., who have controlled their senses, particularly in terms of eating, and subsequently who have won over sleeping, which means they are physically very, very fit. Mind you, if you sleep less, inflammation increases. If you overeat, inflammation increases. All of this, you know, will increase the burning sensation, samsara davanal. So a devotee who has developed that power out of austerity, he can give because he has purity. Purity is the force. So today you might be thinking, oh, okay, so one should live for the welfare of others. Doesn't matter if he or she is recognized or not, because we are never doing it for others. We are doing it for the pleasure of the Lord. Okay, you understood. But what will you give? Swajanma sarthaka kari paropakar. You have to first amass, aggregate some wealth, wealth of knowledge, wealth of austerity, wealth of purity, and wealth of wealth for that matter, financial wealth, and then wealth of health as well. That you have a very fit body, which means you can take more classes, you can render more devotional service, you can do more distribution. I mean, मैं तो अपने आप को देखता हूं तो all I do is repent and repent more and more. What body have I got into now? I only abused it. Nobody else to blame. If we give in to sense enjoyment today, we are reducing our chance of doing devotional service tomorrow. It is imperative upon us that we don't get carried away by simple impulses of sense gratification. Then we will have that power. Why could Shivji do what he did? Bhagavatam says the whole halahal, which was expanding in all directions, just came into the palm of Lord Shiv because he had that strength in him. Gyan and Vairagya, they are two children of bhakti. So devotees also, have to understand what will you give when you don't have. If you have maintained your body, you can, tolerate the heat and do the book distribution. You can reach out to people, talk to them, and tell them about Krishna. Forget about anything. I myself, I'm post COVID, perhaps a 15-minute kirtan and dance is a task now, which was not the case. I'm requesting devotees, while we are in whatever little healthy body, let's give ourselves. Not by, abusing the body, but by becoming mentally very, very alert and taking good care of it. Please bless me. Of all of you, I am the weakest. That, due care can be taken. Then you can give. Otherwise, what can we give? It's a separate topic, but I'm just telling all of you. that it is important. And Krishna desires that you give. Jatayu gave, Abhimanyu gave, all of these people. Of course, Dadichi did, Ganga is doing, Earth does, Sun God Vivaswan is doing. What are they doing? Once they heard it from Krishna. Sun God in his chariot is constantly moving. Is that a life? He can't go to a friend's house. Even when Lord Hanuman approached him, he said, Hanuman, there is a condition on which I will accept you as my disciple. Hanumanji said, what is the condition? He said, I can't give up my work and teach you. So while I will be moving, you will have to move along with me. What is the result of serving Krishna? You can't have your own personal time. Welcome to India. It's easier said than done. You won't have your life. Your life will be the way Lord desires. But then what does Sun God Vivaswan have? He has permanent bliss. And that bliss is not static, it is increasing continuously. He is being worshipped by thousands of sages with most perfect mantra. Most perfect. And he doesn't even care for any of that. Those sages are getting purified by worshipping Sun God. Sun God is focused at the lotus feet of Lord. Can't tell you beyond this. What joy serving Krishna gives. It further can't be described, at least by me. Alpa seva bahumane kare nijdan. Immediately Krishna releases transcendental bliss into the heart of the devotee. And who is this devotee? He's just an aspiring devotee. He's not situated. Even to that person, the Lord gives bliss. So all these people heard from the Lord that you work for the welfare of others and never consider yourself the cause of your work. Lipyanti, I don't get engaged in it. Just do it. Then, if you do it like this, you will understand my nature. Many, many ways are there. You perform your activity, offer the result. All right. Forget about any performing activity. Just do the activity which is in devotional line and do it for me. Yat karoshi, yat ashnasi, yat juhasi, tadasi, yat tapasyasi konteya mat kurushva tad arpanam. Do it for me. He will accept. That's also divine knowledge. One who is acquainted with divine knowledge, these people get purified. So we may question, Bole Prabhuji, continuously you keep on saying purified. What is this purification? How does it work? How do I know I got purified? Dear devotees, the way you get purified is, it's amazing stage. You feel much lighter, like a cotton wafting in the air. It's like floating softly, no pressure. The world hasn't changed, mind you. Still, Trump is doing what he's doing, and Russia is doing what it is doing. So, climate crisis there is there, geopolitics is there, economic crisis may be there, anything may be there, but you feel, Arre, I never knew that the joy actually resides inside me. It's not outside me. What is outside me is temporary joy. I can increase the duration of temporary things, but I can't make them eternal. In that case, whatever I start liking, one day it will be finished and that will become a cause of sorrow and a greater sorrow. Wife got cancer, no chance of survival. IPS officer's wife. He requested doctors and nurse to step out, and then he shot down the wife, and then he shot himself down. Wow, very nice. Why is it that? You can't now, you have gone to that extent where you can't live without one more living entity. This is not real love, mind you. This is your inability to cope up with the absence of the loved one. And prematurely, you are forcing yourself out of the body. You will not get the next body. So you'll have to live with those who don't have the body. And mind you, all of them will be like you or even worse off. When you don't have a body, like you don't have a house, you feel so helpless. Imagine when you don't have a body, how helpless you will feel. Prematurely stepping out of the body is the worst thing one can do with oneself. Where will you go? Keeping all of this in mind, one shall know that temporary things for a while give joy. You get habitual of bedroom, drawing room, car, air conditioning, your mobile phone. Then you get habitual of faces around you. And then you change places, you change cars. And then children grow up. They go to their respective place. Yeah, but then it's with everyone. Even if it is with everyone, when it happens, it hurts. Then you're thinking, oh, you know what? No, 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 no. We have husband, wife. Yes, we know how selfish you are. You let your parents, die a lonely death. Now you're thinking you have a great bond. One of you will pass away, the other one will be useless. There is a term for that. It's called broken heart syndrome. Couples who have lived more than 50 years together, if one of them leaves, the other one would leave in next 2 years. बेकरारी समझ ले मेरी आदत हो चुकी है तेरी. But that is jadata. That is jadata, which means you have become numb. It means you are giving an signal to the nature that I want to be static. And then you will become a tree and stand at one place. Consciousness is dynamic. One has to look at all these factors and thus understand that the temporariness which is being described here may give joy, but it will be followed by sadness. Greater the joy, greater the sadness. Hence, the joy which is within, which is independent of external factors, one must search for that joy. And Krishna is saying that joy will come to you when you act in this understanding in which I work. You also work in the same understanding. Work for the welfare of others. And don't expect. That's why so many atheists are there, but Krishna never says, I will deprive you of the dinner because you have blasphemed me. He doesn't say that. He doesn't even care. He knows they are ignorant. What can they say? The only time he punishes them is when they disturb other people. Otherwise, Krishna fulfills their desires, though they hate the Lord. It's an amazing thing. It's a verification, it's a validation that this knowledge works. The Lord is giving proof. You are not the first one, Arjun. Before you, people have come and heard it from me, and they became purified and they have attained. my nature. So all the liberated souls, how you look at it, oh, what a beauty. Look at this liberated person. He never grows old. His youth is always. No, 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 no. That is all external. The single thing that differentiates is consciousness. You acquire consciousness, all of these benefits will follow. You will also never age. You will also remain forever young. But the condition is adapt to Lord's nature. It's not an imposition. This is how Krishna is. And in that consciousness, one gets that facility. So if you want that facility, then you get that consciousness first. Maharaj Janak already was liberated. But he never left the job of a king because he had the duty to set up the example for others. So it is this divine knowledge is equally important for Maharaj Janak also. Doesn't matter. People who are engaged with the right consciousness, whether they kill or they glorify or whatever nonsense it appears that they are doing, they are always close to the Lord and very situated. My dear devotees, if you understand that this is an ongoing purificatory method, it's like a chartered accountancy course or an engineering course or a medical course. You're not the first one. You enter, you go out successfully as a doctor or as an engineer. Similarly, if you understand Gita, you are not the first one. Before you, people came. They learned. They acted in this understanding. And gradually they became cleansed, not suddenly. The whole game is of consciousness. A doctor and a dacoit both use the knife. One takes life, one gives life, because consciousness differs. 2 points: don't get engaged with the fruit of the labor. And second, do it for the welfare of others. This is how Krishna works. Third point was, in order to work for others, you should have something. A fit body is a great asset. An amazing mind, controlled mind, is a greater asset. A fantastic brain, nice intelligence, is another one. So, like this, you have to have those assets. And then you have to have proper understanding of scriptures, shelter of the spiritual master, ability to tolerate. You have to have compassion upon living entities. This way, there are some 26 qualities which qualify as knowledge. Then you will be able to do something for others. The purpose of these classes is not just to theoretically know that how Krishna works, how Krishna. Today onwards, if you have to ever visualize the Lord, visualize Him not as someone, of course He is, He puts on, blue garment. He does that. Sorry, yellow garment. And, He puts on a peacock feather. Yes, I know that. And he has a transcendental body. But why? Because his consciousness is transcendental. So then what is material? I, me, and myself, when I work with that consciousness, that is material consciousness. Because I'm identifying with the temporary thing, and temporary thing is material. When I identify with the permanent, then it is transcendental. The whole game is differentiation between permanent and temporary. But the Lord is giving us the trick to do so. Don't get engaged. Just Whatever is there for you to work, work. Promotion may happen, may not happen. Raise may come your way, may not come your way. Mataji is 45 years and old. Your mother-in-law may not have given ever any credit to you. Big deal. You never did it for her. You do it as an offering because Krishna wanted Varnashram and you were simply following that. Do it for Krishna and see the magic. The mother-in-law, if she has done something wrong, may, suffer here, but the Lord will take you. Same thing, if you are investing too much time in your children, they may not turn out to be the way you think they will. And please don't use this transcendental knowledge thing as a psychological adjustment. Please don't do those things. This is way beyond this meager attachment with family, friends, this, that. This is a technique to cut off the chain of karmic reaction. So, this is not an ordinary thing. I pray for all of us that we first understand what is divine knowledge, two, we practice it by reading Shastra, by chanting the holy names, by associating with devotees, discussing with them this knowledge, and then eating what is offered to the Lord, and gradually we elevate our consciousness. Once we are equipped with elevated consciousness, as we move up, we should start giving down also. Then we will move up more and more and more and more. There will be a stage where there will be no doubt. Vivaswan never questions, what is this Krishna? I'm going round and round and round and round. What treatment is this? Ganga doesn't say, what is this Krishna? All of these people are coming and leaving a part of their sin in me. How good is that? And what will earth say? What is this, my Lord? So much of ruckus they are doing, digging up here, there, everywhere. All these personalities, Dadiji could have complained. None of them did. We have to go towards that line. Those are the people. They are our heroes. I could not convey to you properly the joy, the bliss, because that is experiential in nature. It can't be explained in words. Living here, you feel absolutely certain that you don't belong to this place. You don't. You can understand and realize it that you don't belong. Then death becomes desirable. Okay, whenever the Lord will think that all my karmic reactions have gotten burned down and He will call me back. In Marwadi, they sing a song, Ojuna Joshi, Hari Sumilan Kad Hosi. Oh, old Brahmin, please tell me, when will I meet Lord Hari? Patiently, we have to wait and do as Krishna wants us to do. We are in a very, very dangerous place and then we are very vulnerable. I am so prone, so much prone to laziness, prone to prajalpa, prone to overeating. How will I ever gather purity for the welfare of others? Even I myself may not, not what may not, won't make it if this trend continues. So we all have to help each other, remind each other that Vita Raga Bhaya Krodha, without attachment. When the holy name will be merciful, when devotees will be merciful, when prasad will give mercy, then this purity will come, understanding will follow, and then actions will be Krishna conscious. That's life. I hope you got what I wanted to convey through this session. We will cover the next verse in the next session. I have gone over 2 minutes. Thank you very much for being patient, audience. Shri Krishna Chandra Bhagwan ki jai. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय। जगत गुरु शिला प्रभुपाद की जय। शिला गुरु महाराज की जय। निताई गौर सीतानाथ प्रेमानंदे। हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण। धन्यवाद प्रणाम।
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, pranams. Thank you so much.